Yo, welcome to Music is a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean. I'm also the CEO of Concert. Concert is the sponsor of Music is a Day Job. And Concert is also an artist accelerator app that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best experience in independent live music. So today's question is one that I actually haven't answered, but I haven't answered lately, which I'm surprised I've never said anything about this. But how do I get over stage fright? I see a lot of artists that deal with this, and like all the way to the point I've seen people throwing up before shows. I've seen people crying before shows. And I feel like it's one of the most important pieces, especially I own an app that is about doing shows, and I see tons of artists deal with this. And it's one of those things that if you're really dealing with it, it's a lot to deal with. And the first thing I always tell people is I ask artists if they practice. Do they actually practice their sets? Now, that goes for even alone in your room. Like, do you practice it? Because you want to get to the point where you have a comfortability with the material and you have a comfortability with actually projecting and doing the same motions that you want to do, how you're going to work the stage and everything by yourself. Then also doing it in front of maybe your parents or maybe like friends or spouse or anything like that, and kids or whatever like that. Doing it in front of them, because then you can get comfortable with people actually looking at you perform it. So that's one of the first steps to deal with it, because it actually takes the nerves out of it. Because then I tell people when they get on stage, do it like you did it in front of them, because those people are the closest to you. So then if you can do it for them and show all that like towards them, the people who are like strangers, they'll join in. They'll feel the energy from what you would have already done. So and then and then I always tell them, like, to take the like the I guess the edge off is, these are strangers. You may never see them again. So so don't worry about what they think. You know what I'm saying? Like, for that moment, that's what you should feel like, But then when you get off, of course, you worry about what they think and you want them to become your fan or whatnot. But when you're on stage, just think like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that might just cut off the edge of it. Another thing is, like, one thing about stage fright is that when you're on stage, it matters where you pay attention. Where, if you're paying attention, like if you're looking at everyone's eyes, which I always tell people this, if you're looking at everybody's eyes, it's going to get to you, because then you're trying to pay attention to responses to your music, and if the response doesn't work the way you wanted that response to be, then what you're going to do is you're going to react somehow, and that may make you shut down, and that make you feel some type of way. Never look. I personally, when I would get like feel some type of way, I look right above the crowd, like right above them. And so it looks like I'm in contact with them and they're thinking I'm in contact with them, but then I'm not paying attention to those emotions. So then I'm looking right above them. So then someone could be looking at me stone faced, like, and I can look dead right above them and then keep performing the way I'm performing. And a lot of people respect that, because they know they came in the stage just to stand and give a stone face. And then they're like, wow, this person really just kept, turning up and didn't pay attention to my stone face. And see, that's the crazy thing, is just keep that look right above the crowd. Stay looking right above the crowd. Makes it easy. Another thing I tell people is, if you're that worried about the people in the crowd, wear sunshades. If you're that type of artist, you can always wear sunshades. And if you wear sunshades, what happens is you can close your eyes. And it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can close your eyes, just go in, especially if you don't have a lot of movement in your songs or anything like that, and because you don't want to fall or nothing, or you don't have that many people on stage with you. If you're like singing and stuff like that, put on some sunshades and close your eyes, and that can help take off the edge. That's another thing that can do it. Another thing is, don't rush. Don't rush. I watch tons of artists go song to 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 song. No talking to the crowd or anything like that. So then they get into this space where it's like, I'm in a rush to get off. I'm in a rush to get off, because they're worried about it. Always go and relax and give that performance instead of the rushed performance. Because even if you get it right rushed, it doesn't sound as good. It doesn't feel as good. So if you have to slow it down and do less songs, just slow it down and let you like vibe with the people like you would talk to them regular. like they're already your friends and family. Like just talk to them like that. That's why it comes back to like practicing in front of people. It's like your friends and family. Talk to them like that because they're going to feel connected to you then. And that can take off the stage fright. That can stop the stage fright from being too crazy. Let me see. What's the last thing that I can give to you? Because there are those stage frights. They like there's different forms of stage fright. Like I always tell people, you have stage fright. Like there's a lot of people stage fright, and then there's intimate stage fright, which to me is two different things. Because like the intimate stage fright is because you are so close to all those people, you can hear almost every response. You can hear if people are talking. You can hear if people. You can see if people are not feeling it. You can all that, and then you have like stage fright that's like, I'm standing in front of 20,000 people. And like I've been blessed enough to deal with both of those. 20,000 people is easier to blank out than the small one, because at 20,000 people, you can't really see everybody. And it's one of those things where you're just like, you can just kind of zone out, and it didn't seem as bad. Actually, when you're in close quarters, you have to pay, like do these things that I'm telling you. Like, so it's like, so you don't freak out, because it's like you can hear everyone, you can see how everyone's responding. So play with both of those to kind of understand, like wherever you're at in your career. If you're in a space where you're doing big crowds, then it's easier, especially in like I always say, like when I used to do like the Gothic or plays like that, like 1,000 holds like 1,000, like the lights are so strong that it blanks out almost everybody in the crowd anyway. So it's like those big venues, their lights be hitting so hard like towards your face that you can kind of blank out of seeing everybody. So then the stage fright didn't get as bad. And then like if you do like a small place and then like everyone's looking at you. But then see, I never really felt it a lot because I grew up performing in front of my family reunions. I used to do Michael Jackson imitations as a kid, where I'd go on like these little tours and I'd dance like Michael Jackson. And so I did it for so long that by the time I became a rapper later on in life, that it was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But then I knew the things like that. One of the things I had was like talking in front of people. So like I I would dance, you know what I'm saying? But I never would like vocal. I was never vocal. So then when I had to learn to be vocal, that changed how I felt about things when I went back on one stage. And then also like as I said, I got to bigger audiences. So then I started to feel that and understand that. But if you take that advice that I'm saying, just try it out. I'm not saying I'm the best at knowing these things or whatever like that, but if you try those out, see if that works. Like the practicing, the looking above the crowd, um, the sunshades, like all those ideas. I think if you take some of those and you do it, you can kind of get over that stage fright when you get on stage.